campus. I am back in the Bay Area. It is the first time I've been back since graduating back in June. It is now the beginning of September. Kind of insane that I'm back here. I have like mixed feelings about it, but we are going back to Stanford's campus and you're coming with me for a tour. I'm thinking about walking around, showing you some of the highlights, some of the memories that I've had as a student there over the last 2 years, some of the feelings that it's evoking as... Squeak, come here. Do you want to be in the video? Yeah, you want to be in the video? Yeah. Okay, Astro sit. Okay, I just want to do that. Yeah, just some of the feelings that it's evoking, and maybe we'll go into the school bookstore. That's always a fun time. And I can kind of just show you around and come with me on this trip down memory lane at Stanford University. Let's go. Say hello to Astro. He's a big boy. You a big boy? What? Okay, now we're ready to go. Okay, so I'm posted up near Memorial Church, which is right over there. These are some like gorgeous Stanford buildings behind me. So it's my first time back after graduating in June. It's been a few months, and I don't know if my energy feels like a little bit sad. I think I am a little bit sad. I loved my time here at Stanford. It was so amazing, and now I am in the real world. It was such a beautiful and, peaceful time of my life. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel kind of sad. I love Stanford and I loved my life here. I love my friendships, and a lot of my friends after graduation, we all disperse. So we're no longer in the same city and we don't have that proximity to see each other as often as we did when we were students. So I think I have a feeling of longing for the life that I had and the relationships that I had. And that's not to say you can always reach out to your friends and give them a call, FaceTime them, but it's just different when all your buddies are close by, Obviously, if you've graduated college or grad school and you had a good experience there, you can relate to that. But yeah. Okay, enough being sad. Let's continue on this tour. Let's go. Okay, now I'm getting angry that I'm being such a sad girl because... when you get feelings about your feelings, it just gets kind of like, ugh, I just wish I didn't feel so sad. Why am I feeling sad? And then I'm just hard on myself. I don't know. Does anyone else get like that? Whenever I walk and talk, in my last vlog where Gina and I went to Andreessen Horowitz, it literally gave me nausea to watch it back. And I'm sorry if you guys watched it back and got dizzy, but I'm like, it's kind of shaky, and I'm trying to be not shaky when I walk and talk. You know what I mean? But I do want to show you guys around. But is it too shaky? I look like such an idiot. Right now we're walking away from Stanford's business school, which is over there. And then we're going to walk towards the school store. But as my friends can attest to, I am so bad with directions. Even though I went to school here for 2 years and everything is within walking distance for the most part on campus. It's a big campus. And I feel like I still get lost. I'm very reliant on Google Maps, so if there isn't a map in front of me, I don't know the names of streets, Anyone else like that? Now I'm next to Memorial Church. It's over there. People call it Memchu, or at least I think that's what the kids call it. Memchu Memorial Church. It's an iconic church. It's gorgeous on the inside. I've visited. I brought my mom. She loves looking at the insides of churches, or cathedrals and that type of stuff. So she really enjoyed that on her visit here. So if you're visiting, you've got to check it out. It's just worth seeing, One of the jokes at Stanford is that you need to have 2 bikes at Stanford. One to ride and the other one to get stolen, because bike theft, I was surprised to hear it, but bike theft is huge at Stanford. And you see, that bike has been there for a while, it's locked on. This bike, it's also locked, but it's missing a wheel. This one's missing a wheel. Like, this one is just game over. It's missing both wheels and, you know, some important things like a seat. So yeah, bike theft, not good at Stanford. I don't know why people like stealing bikes here. Everyone rides a bike, but you need two. And that's the inside scoop. No one else will tell you. Okay, some more insider stuff that people won't tell you is that if you're visiting, they have free bathrooms near Memorial Church, behind Memorial Church. So, you know, if you're with your family or something and one of you guys to go, it's really hard to find like an open bathroom here. So, free bathrooms behind Memorial Church. We're in construction here, and I'm pretty sure it's the School of Education. Yep, that's the School of Education. They've been doing construction for a while, and as you can see, it's in progress over there. But sometimes people joke, it's a joke, but it's not a joke, that the School of Education doesn't have as much funding as, you know, the business school, for example, as many like alumni donors. So it's taken a while to construct. Completion date, spring 2025. Nice. Okay, so now we're coming up on Green Library, which is one of the undergraduate main libraries here. Although I've studied in it before when I need a change of pace and I don't want to be in the business school library, Green Library is just so gorgeous inside. And this is just an iconic shot. Here's Hoover Tower next to Green Library. Beautiful. Enjoying some of the ASMR of this beautiful fountain outside of Green Library. Okay, so I showed you Green Library. This is the other entrance outside of Green Library. So it opens up all the way on this side. There's a cute fountain over there with some water structures. And then the Stanford Law School is all the way over there. I had a blockchain governance class there that was cross-listed between the business school and the law school. And so twice a week I would go to that class over there. It was a crazy class. It was actually co-taught by a Stanford engineering professor, business school professor, and also law school professor. And the class was just unlike any other business school class I had ever taken. The professor would start like maybe 10-15 minutes after the class had started. Let me put this on my face. The professor would start the class 10 to 15 minutes after the class actually started, and that's just like not a thing in business school. In business school, things are very prompt. Like if the class starts at 8 a.m., your butt should be in the seat by like 7:58, if not before, because the professor starts and ends very promptly on time. It felt like going to this class in the law school. It felt lawless, is what it felt like to me. That being said, it was a good way to interact with other students from other schools, and I've never taken like a law school class, so like I was in that building, I felt lawyerly, you know, blockchain governance, obviously. Okay, here is Sweet Hall. It's this building over here. And when I was doing my TEDx and I was preparing for it, I would come to Sweet Hall on the 3rd floor, and Dawn Fraser, who was one of my TEDx coaches. Hi Dawn, if you're watching this, you're amazing. Absolutely brilliant coach. Was able to take all of my like word vomit and thought vomit, you know, help me refine, massage the idea, and she's just a brilliant woman and amazing at what she does and coaches TEDx Stanford. And my other coach, Alexa, was a PhD student at the business school at Stanford, and she was my second coach and really good at helping me figure out how I want to tell my story in my TEDx and helping me practice that. So shout out to those incredible women that I've had the pleasure and privilege of getting to know. during my time at Stanford, during my like winter and spring quarter, my life was like very much changed like internally because I did the TEDx. It was one of the hardest and scariest things I've ever had to do. And many people assume that just because I'm, you know, a content creator, I do influencer stuff, I guess I am a YouTuber now, that I would be good at public speaking. And I work on it I work on public speaking a lot, but like it definitely does not come naturally to me, and it really still scares the shit out of me. So shout out to those two ladies who helped me conquer my fears and helped me figure my stuff out for TEDx.
No.
I really thought I was doing something there with the low shot pano to the sky. I don't know if it worked, but I'm trying my cinematographic skills. But here we are. We've made it to the law school on the way to the Stanford bookstore. Yeah, another thing about the Stanford Law School compared to the business school, actually, I mean, the joke still stands. Like, the joke, non-joke, where Stanford's business school has the most money, the most beautiful campus. It was recently renovated, I think like 5 years ago, and so it is just like so gorgeous now with new buildings and everything. The law school, I mean, the buildings are nice for like a classroom, but it's a little bit outdated, if you ask me. No one's asking me, but that's my opinion. All right, here we go. The bookstore is within sight. Let's pray that it is open. Okay, well, the Stanford bookstore is closed. It is Labor Day, and that is very disappointing because I wanted to buy some stuff. Oh, darn. But that's okay. You can see it is a mecca in there. Of all things, Stanford. We can do some window shopping. I mean, obviously it's not the same. Dang it. Actually, this is 10 times worse because I can see the things that I like and things that I could possibly get, and then I have no way of getting it. Dang it. Okay, we've made it to the Stanford bookstore. As you could see, it was closed. That was disappointing. I wanted to get some stuff for my mom because, you know, Asian parents love the Stanford branded gear. Like, my mom doesn't really like design or anything. Like, my sister and I have tried to get her, like, you know, nice, like Goyard and, what else did we get her? We got her like a Bottega wallet, and she just like doesn't vibe with that. One, she's just like, oh, like it's too nice, like I don't really want to like use it or anything. And we're like, if you're not gonna use it, we're not gonna get it for you. But yeah, so scarcity mindset in an Asian household that we'll dive deeper into in a different topic, not for this vlog. But anyways, whenever I get my mom stuff from the Stanford bookstore, you know, she's very proud and very happy to wear it, like a sweater or something. So okay, alas, next time. I don't know if I want to go back to the business school. I might get like, it might feel too jarring to go, you know? Lots of memories there, and it might make me feel weird. Should we do it? I think we should do it. Okay, I have reached my step count of 8,000 so far. I think if we get to the business school, it'll be 10,000. And then from there, we'll go home. How does that sound? I just thought of another tidbit that no one else would tell you except for a former Stanford student. Surprisingly, the Wi-Fi is so bad on campus. You would think being in Silicon Valley, you know, zip zap zap, we have the fastest connection here. No, for some reason, the Wi-Fi, like, it just many times, like, it goes down or it doesn't work, and it's just like kind of impossible to connect to it. And like, I'm not like a dum-dum, like I know how to connect to Wi-Fi, but like just on Stanford's campus, it's like particularly shoddy. And you're like, we are in the heart of Silicon Valley. Can we not figure this out? Stanford IT, looking at you. I remember in my first year, there was a power outage at Stanford. I think there was like a storm or something, and there was no power. And so the Wi-Fi was down. Also, another thing, coverage, no bueno. If you come to Stanford, you have to figure out which carrier provides adequate coverage, because when we didn't have Wi-Fi during that outage, a lot of people couldn't even like text other people to figure out like what's going on because we didn't have Wi-Fi. And then a lot of the business school students, we were in our rooms and we didn't even have service to be like, what the hell, to even get any like updates on what was going on. So things that a Stanford insider will tell you. We are approaching the business school, and to my right is where the business school students live in their first year. It's like dorm housing. You have two houses, two separate places where you can live that are right across the street from each other. One is called Schwab, named after Charles Schwab, and then the other one is Jack McDonald, J. Mac, named after Jack McDonald, a really famous, I think, professor here at the GSB. And right across from where people live, behind me now, is Stanford Graduate School of Business, the one and only. Beautiful campus. And I'm getting a little freaked out right now. To be honest, because in my first year, I would live here, wake up, roll out of bed, and then cross the street over there to then go to my classes in my first year. The second year, people don't live on campus housing for the most part. I think like something around like 70 or 80% of people live in houses around Palo Alto, Menlo Park, and they're called pass downs because they're passed down from the class above us. So MBA 2s, which is second years, pass down their houses to MBA 1s, first years, and it's done through the pass down system. It's a bit of a scam. That's not even a hot take. Like, people know that pass downs are scams because what happens is that you take over the house, you take over the lease from an MBA 2 who took over the lease from another MBA 2, and it comes with all the furniture. So there's this thing called the pass down fee, where you're paying not only for the lease, obviously, to the landlord, but then you also pay a pass down fee, which is all of the stuff in the house that has accrued over time. So like the couch, the kitchen, utensils, like all the furniture in the bedrooms are included in this pass down fee. And there are some crazy things that are included in the pass down fee. Like, for example, if someone in the house wanted to get a Peloton, one of your classmates, your roommates gets a Peloton for everyone to share, you could be like, okay, put it on the pass down fee, and that's something that we can charge the next year's people who take over the pass down. We can charge them for this item that they're keeping in the house, yes, and it just ends up adding up, and some of my classmates and friends were just like, what if we got a jacuzzi and put it in the pass down fee? And so the pass down fee, this is really insider knowledge. I don't know if you guys know, but this is like the tea. But the pass down fee, it can range from something from like $7,000 all the way to like $20,000, which is insane. And that is like split amongst all the people who live in the pass down. But there have been situations, this is where the shady part comes in, guys, where the pass down fee, so this is the real tea. And any GSBers who are watching this will know I am telling the truth, Scout's honor. So what happens is the pass down fee, it's, you are charging the next year's students to take over the house and the pass down fee, and sometimes the house falls through. For example, the owner will not be renewing the lease the next year. So the people who are taking on the lease pay the pass down fee, but they have no way to get rid of the fee because there is no one taking over the house in the subsequent year. So the people who take on the house this year, sometimes they don't even know that's a thing. But the people who are giving them the house and the pass down fee might have that insider knowledge, but choose not to tell them because they are incentivized to get rid of the pass down fee themselves. So it is a bit of like a, what do they call it? Like a marketing scheme or something, where it passes on, it's generational trauma passed on from one people to another. But so the people who take on the house, who are stuck with all the shit in the house, and it ranges from like everything that it just accumulates in the house, from like paper plates to like booze to everything you could possibly imagine, the kitchen plates and, the bathroom, like, furniture or whatever. And so the people who can't pass it on have to try and sell everything, or, just have a loss. So the pass down, quite a controversial system at the GSB for housing for second years. That was probably too long of a segment talking about how housing works here, but it's an interesting thing. All right, so here is JMAC. Oh yeah, and there's also kind of like a bitterness, a pettiness, because housing in your first year is random. You don't choose if you're in Schwab or JMAC. JMAC is the newer campus housing at the GSB, and so if people are in JMAC, they're like very happy about it. It has a walk-in closet and a very spacious bathroom, and it has kitchens that face the street, so there's like a window. Schwab is the older one. It's still plenty nice, but if people are in Schwab, they get Schwab instead of JMAC, they're like, oh, I'm in Schwab, you're in JMAC. Like, I don't know, there's kind of like a pettiness to it. Although there was nothing, everything was out of their control. Like, you can't choose or you can't like request one. But Schwab, smaller bedrooms, no walk-in closets. God forbid, no walk-in closets. I mean, this is talking as someone who got a place in JMAC. It is really nice. I feel for you guys in Schwab. And also the Schwab kitchens are pretty small and they don't face any windows, so if you or your roommate are cooking, it can get kind of stinky in there, but yes, so the way the housing works is that you have a roommate your first year, and it's a shared kitchen, but everyone has their own bedroom and their own bathroom. But yeah, memories, memes, some good, some bad, but memes. Okay, who am I kidding? I freaking love this place. I love Stanford. Okay, this is the famous sign. If you're coming to Stanford GSB, this is the sign to take photos with. Everyone knows that Harvard has that HBS sign that everyone takes photos with. This is the place. It's right outside the campus. This is where you want to do your photo. Okay, so behind me is Bass Library. This is the business school library where all the students, business school students, go to study when they do study. And actually, like, people study. You know how some people are like, oh, business school, like, it's such a joke. Everyone's partying all the time. I mean, and that is a part of the experience, but like, in the first year, at least in my class, people really studied and were a bit of like academic tryhards, which is, I feel like, kind of the Stanford ethos. And they also implemented this thing in my year, which is academic probation. So if you fail classes, fail them, or you get a low pass, which is like 1 grade above failing, and your GPA is like lower than like a 2 something, then like you're put on academic probation. Will the deans of the school kick you out? Likely not. When you're paying $250,000 for the experience, like, you won't get kicked out. But like, I don't know, it was this like mystical fear that was instilled in students in the first year that were like, oh my god, we're gonna be put on academic probation, academic probation. And so people were like a bit nervous about that, but like in hindsight, it's just like, it didn't really mean anything. But the people who get into Stanford and join the class are like serious about showing up, serious about putting in the work and things that they care about. And so yeah, like, I think it did give an extra oomph, an extra grind to my class, where I know in previous years, and also speaking to some alums, like, that was definitely not a thing. And when I tell them that some of our classmates were like really super focused on the academic portion, they're like, what are you talking about? All we did was party, blah blah blah. So like the more traditional sense of business school. But yeah, I don't know, my class was like pretty into the academic experience, which is fun, right? Like, we're in school, we're learning, and it's fun when you're into the material and you're really enjoying the professors' like insight and how they're leading the class. But some of the required classes, accounting and finance, required econ, not my favorite. I'll be honest with that. Not my favorite. Like reputation management, real estate, commercial real estate class, I'm just a bill, public policy, chef's kiss. Love those classes. Yeah, okay. So, I don't know. All in all, the campus, Stanford's business school campus, isn't that large. It's actually, I don't know, maybe like in New York City terms, as big as like 3 or 4 blocks. So it's not like that big, but it holds a lot of students. You know, each Stanford GSB class has 420 so students. So yeah, it's really beautiful. It's weird to be back when no one's here. In front of Bass Library, this is called Town Square, where people would congregate and just hang out between classes. It was very much like a scene, like a social scene that like, oh, we would eat at Arbuckle. Arbuckle is over here. It is the business school cafe. It is notorious. It is famous for being one of the better cafeterias of all of Stanford. It's pretty tasty. I mean, it's like elevated cafeteria food, I would say. And yeah, people would just kiki out here in Town Square. You would like say hi to your friends after classes and hang out here, do coffee chats here. We also have, let me move this. Yeah, I'm not getting up from here. Koopa Cafe right here. Iconic. This is also where people grab coffee at Koopa. You're like, let's go to Koopa. We'll get a coffee at Koopa. Unfortunately, the matchas at Koopa do not. Stay away. Sorry. The matchas are not good. I've tried them all. And I've tried to like them. Don't get the matcha there. The almond milk latte, very good. So that's Koopa. And then all around here, there's classrooms. So right across, let me bring you around. These are classrooms all along here. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take you inside as someone who does not have a student ID anymore. These are also classrooms all over here. And yeah, I've had some really good memories in here. This is Stanford GSB. Hi
guys.
This is V. She's
Hi.
an MSx student.
Yes, so we just been here all summer. Nice
Yes.
to run into Sherry.
Yay! So MSx program is a 1-year program, and B just mentioned it's fitting 60 credits
Yep.
into 1 year as opposed to a 2-year MBA program, which is
80 credits.
80 to
over
90 credits. So
over 2 years.
You guys have an accelerated program. Everything's condensed, but it's super fun, and I'm so excited for all that you have in store.
I know, it's been exciting. Like, the campus has been so quiet because MSx has been here, but now the MBA's 1 and 2 will be coming in a couple weeks.
Get ready.
So we have,
Have you had a favorite class so far?
I think the organization behavior ones are really good. Professor Flynn really gave us a taste of everything, so that was a great kind of jumping off point of what should we take next, where do we want to go deeper in.
Yeah, Frank Flynn.
Yes.
I feel like every
Legend.
class feels like a TEDx.
Yes.
He's amazing.
He's so well prepared, and I love all the concepts he's bringing in. And now we just joke around. We're like, oh, cognitive dissonance, oh, anchoring bias. It's just so natural that you just name these things, and he just makes it so applicable.
Yeah.
And, I love him.
Yay! So excited for your next year.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yay. Okay. What do you guys think? Yeah? Okay, that was so nice. I just ran into some MSx students here who are already in the midst of their classes in the summer. They came and said hello, which was lovely. And now that concludes our tour of Stanford and also the GSB. I am so hungry. It is time for dinner. Do you ever get those stomach pangs where you're like, oh, I'm hungry, and it just It's like a tummy ache because of hunger. That's the level I'm at right now, so let's head home. Thanks for coming along for today's vlog, and I'll see you next time. Bye.